nothing goes wrong for them. And once again, I'm Ernest Young, Rafiki Bizon, and
I am Tristan Seth, Test Fernandez. We're going to be your casters for later.
see you
guys.
later.
And we're back for the third day of the Nationals. It's me again, Vil, your courtside reporter of the day, bringing you the second game, which is Cignal Ultra Warriors versus Pldt Smart Omega. A while ago, we just witnessed the game between Suwa Execration versus Happy Feet Emperors, and both got 1-1. And of course, be sure to also watch the broadcast of the Nationals on Pay TV at One Sports and EGG Network via Cignal TV, and on free TV at ESPN 5 and 5 Plus. And the National would also like to thank PayMaya, our digital payments partner. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PH Nationals. And I'm very excited on this last game. It's going to be Cignal Ultra Warriors versus Pldt Smart Omega. And on to our casters, Young Rafiki and Seth. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Vil, for that introduction. And of course, once again, PLDT Smart Omega and Cignal Ultra Warriors. These two teams have a lot to prove. Well, PLDT Smart Omega have proven that.
They've already proven.
They've already proven that they want to take a lot, really. Not just wins. They want to take statements. They want to take names. And Cignal Ultra Warriors, considering this is still their second day, there's still a feeling out process. Once again, guys, it's like a little bit of a jab there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think about boxing, right? It's usually like jab, jab, and feeling out. You don't throw hooks immediately, and that's always been the case. And of course, you've also noticed that also does in every other sport. You can always think of that, like even in chess, like the little gambits here and there. So I want to see more. I want to see a bit more risky moves here from Cignal Ultra. I want to see them try to push the limits of what they can possibly do, since once again, this is still the feeling out process.
It's the same thing for me. I think that PLDT Smart Omega are completely in their element, and they need someone to basically take them to the edge. And I think Cignal Ultra Warriors are completely capable of doing that, maybe within the first 20 minutes of game one. Let's just say you figured out the draft, or you do everything, or they kind of read the strats.
Yeah.
Find out how PLDT Smart Omega has been winning and try to specifically target that.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're gonna take PLDT Smart Omega to the edge.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like if you look at heels in wrestling, they target the injured knees or like the injured like back. Then definitely that's what Cignal should do right now. They should look for like these little things, these little mistakes that they can take advantage of. Because if you get a finger, you can definitely get an arm sooner or later.
Yes, that is correct. So, of course, you have to always aim for that weak spot, and it's worrying because as of right now, PLDT Smart Omega has not shown any signs of weakness.
Like right now, I want to see stealthy maneuvers here from Cignal Ultra Warriors. Try to force those weaknesses out, right? Like I want to see them like just go pretend to be Ant-Man, basically.
Yeah.
Like this is PLDT Smart Omega is Thanos, and they just have to find the weaknesses inside his armor, inside his gauntlet, inside his body.
Find a way to basically sneak in there and just ruin their game.
Yes, definitely. And that's what we might see here as we're just getting the players ready for the draft and for their games. And here's the one thing that I really do want to see. I've already seen like Palos. Like you talked about Nastio, right?
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Palos.
He's another more consistent player.
Yeah.
He's been around for a very long time. Even like way back when PLDT Smart Omega was formerly known as Sterling Global Dragons.
Yes.
Very strong, consistent showings from both of these players. They've always been sort of like the foundation to how they're going to approach the game. Is it going to be, we're going to go aggressive super early, we might need you to farm and get these items post 20 minutes. It's kind of like that.
And definitely so you're telling me that these two are the pillars that PLDT Smart Omega work on. One's basically the PLDT, the other's the Smart. That's what you're telling me. They are they're forming the Omega, and the legs are Palos and you know.
Most probably the case, but now I can hear the drums.
Yeah, and of course we're gonna get into the draft. And for those unfamiliar with the draft, we're gonna throw you a little draft 101 before we get there. And it's okay, but instead for the draft, it's basically there's a first pick and there's a for second 2 picks basically, and it just goes back and forth. There are 6 bans all in all, and you have to make sure that these bans are given to the guys who that you aren't comfortable with. Like you don't want to deal with these heroes, you don't want to deal with that. There's always a comp in mind, and most games are actually won through the draft guys.
Yes, that is correct. This is like the chess game before the basketball game.
Yeah.
This is how you decide who's going to go where, what's going to happen. Because this is who you're going to be playing with, who you're going to be dealing with for the entirety of that, let's just say, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, if you can even last that long with the draft that you have. So, pretty standard, of course. Omega deciding to ban out that Vengeful Spirit. They do have the first ban. Passing that over to Ultra, they take out the Morphling.
And I really do like the Vengeful Spirit ban, considering that Grims was definitely one of the stronger guys out there pulling out. Yeah, and of course the graphic right there for the people, for those unfamiliar with the draft, we have like a better explanation written here. A captain from each team drafts a lineup of 5 heroes. Each team bans and counterpicks heroes to gain an advantage in the match, and each drafter is responsible for their team strategy. Matches can be won or lost in the drafting stage.
That is correct, and this is why it's extremely important. For most of the drafting stage, we either have the team captain manning the draft, where his team is huddled behind him, or they're huddled together deciding on what heroes they want to play, what strategy they want to use, how they're going to approach the game, and sometimes they even add in their coach into that mix just to give them that extra bit of analysis, extra bit of opinion that they could use in the game.
Yes, of course. If basketball has Greg Popovich's and Phil Jackson's, then definitely these guys have coaches that have massive galaxy brains, and we already get the Oracle being picked here by PLDT Smart Omega.
Yep, that is correct. And now, this is actually a very strong pick. We've seen Oracle been at play at this tournament so far. Not to great success by most teams, but it has worked. It has worked in the amount of time that it's supposed to.
Yes.
Basically, that early. That super early annoying hindrance in lane where you just can't lane against it, and in the late game as well, where you basically prevent the hardest hitters on the enemy team from being able to attack you with that disarm coming from that second skill.
And let's not forget the false promise that just completely negates damage altogether and delays death and possibly even saves the person, considering it doubles the heals.
It's like an even better shallow grave.
Yes. And, well, of course, I want to go back on the ban of the Vengeful Spirit, because, like, for the people at home who didn't see the day 1 Day One Cignal versus Execration. It was super close, and it was all brought together by Grimm's Vengeful Spirit, and they don't want to deal with that ever again. And of course, the Leshrac possibly targeted against Eris, who has had a showing of nothing but Leshrac picks.
Yep, so this is actually all pretty much standard respect bans up against Cignal Ultra. Now, respect bans, of course, if you know that a team plays a certain hero well, if you don't want to be able to play against that, take him out. That's what the banning stage is for. But as we do see now, first two picks coming out from the side of Cignal Ultra, Shadow Shaman, and this might be a lane partner, and it is the Doom.
Oh, baby. And now Shadow Shaman, constantly a ranged pest. The 70 damage that you have, 70 how much?
It's way too much. It's around 73 to 76. I'm pretty sure it's averaged at around that.
73 to 76. It's so much damage. This is such a pest because like he can shackle you at level 2 or possibly even 1. The Ether Shock is there for just to harass you constantly. Whoever faces him off in lane, you gotta have an answer to just say enough is enough.
Yeah. So this is actually something that soft counters the Oracle in lane, because wherever the Oracle is, he's going to be keeping his lane partner alive. So tossing that Shadow Shaman in there is going to mean that, nope, if whoever you're leaning with is going to stay alive, I'm going to make sure he stays alive, but barely.
Yeah, and Rasta feels you, man, but here it is, the Earth Spirit. As a reaction, possibly against the Doom and the Shadow Shaman. Doom, definitely one of those, once again, another pest that you can have. And I'd love to see it in Yaja's hands. Oh wait, no, this is in Cignal Ultra Warriors. I'd love to see it in like their offlane's hands, who has been Doom has been successful in most of the fights that he has been in, constantly diving back lines, being a total distraction for the rest of the team during team fights. Now Earth Spirit being picked here for Pldt Smart Omega would mean that their position 4 would love to make plays all over the map.
Yep, this is going to be something to complement the Oracle pick, because with a support that's constantly on the back lines, that Earth Spirit needs to be there front and center in every fight, stunning people up, making sure they're silenced, they're slowed, they can't cast spells, and of course that Magnetize is going to be very great and big help. It also means that in regards to the Oracle pick, they now have an Urn Carrier, or a Spirit Vessel Carrier.
Yeah, now the Troll Warlord being banned away against Nando. This is a respect ban. It's also to show that Nando's farming prowess is definitely something people watch out for, because Troll Warlord is one kind of hero that needs all the farm in the world, and you don't want that. You want to just think. You don't want to think about like the way Nando just comes out in the fog of war with like 3 complete items, and you gotta relax.
That's correct. And I'd also like to point out, or I'd like to talk about the way that Pldt Smart Omega have been running their games. Super fast and super steadily. They're not really looking to end games late. They want to end games as soon as they can, and with whatever tools that they have at their disposal.
Yeah.
So in general, that would mean that they want to take out heroes that if they mess up, or if they lose a fight, let's say in the mid game, cannot bounce back, cannot gain that farm, cannot gain momentum as they lose a fight. And so that's why they're taking out the Troll. They're taking out the Jug.
Yeah, the Jug is another hero that they banned against Nando. Another respect ban here, and Razor and Ursa being banned away here. Ursa, Cignal Ultra Warriors didn't want to deal with that, and here's another 330 movement speed carry right here.
The Life Stealer comes out. Now this has actually been a staple pick in the recent meta, where of course Strength Cores got really, really buffed, and Life Stealer just opens up the possibility of another basically roaming creep moving around the map, because Doom essentially, once he gets that Devar, is one himself.
Yeah.
And you could also get the fast blink on the Doom, or they could get another Initiator to combo up with a Life Stealer.
Yeah.
We've seen the very famous Infest Bombs happen.
Yes,
and we might get to see Pldt Smart Omega lose to one today.
Yeah, and now Darkseer, the super mobile for 3. I mean, yeah, super mobile 3 that you get. That, of course, the moment you get one, all the fights in the world, like one wall of replica can just turn it around.
Yep.
One well-placed wall of replica, and all you need is that and the vacuum.
Not to mention,
if we saw in the previous game, actually, yeah, I'd like to talk about that, where Happy Feet Emperors snatched the win out of Execration's hands with that beautiful constant plays with the vacuum into the wall of replica.
Just amazing placements.
Yeah, which basically started off like the start of the comeback there, the return of the comeback,
That
and then
is
the
correct.
comeback of the return.
So we might actually see PLDT Smart Omega looking for late game assurance, as of course the Life Stealer did come out. Again, this is going to be massive because when that wall comes out and that Life Stealer has managed to build a Radiance, or that Doom has Radiance, whoever on their end is that would actually have good illusions, Darkseer can make use of with his ultimate, given that it's well placed.
Oh, heavy initiation here. So this is definitely going to be a Magnus Life Stealer combo. It's an
Yep.
Infest Bomb after you do the RP, and that's Lone Druid.
Oh no, I thought the Bears, I thought the Bears were gonna get banned, but it seems as though one bear has made it through.
And yeah, I hope like it's gonna continue that. And Magnus being a massive initiator there, talagang it's not one of those guys that you'd really. It's hard to deal with the moment like you get RP'd. Basically, you get jammed up, and then Life Stealer comes out with the Infest Bomb. It's just massive.
The thing is, Bear is actually pretty strong against Lifestealer because the Bear doesn't have the Bear has so much armor. Really, you might have to deal with it getting a Medallion of Courage, getting like a Solar Crest, some way to effectively slow down the Bear and make sure it's not a threat as soon as it gets its items up.
And early on, it's definitely one of the more dangerous. Basically, since this is now the strategy goes, the Lone Druid is basically the support of the Bear. The Bear is the hero itself. Yeah, it's the core itself. So you have a 1,500 health Bear just coming in there and it's just whacking you
Whacking
constantly.
at you.
Bear encounters.
Not to forget, he's always going to have that Iron Shell on him, that
Yeah.
Bear. And when everything is getting a bit frisky, then of course you can play Surge on the Bear, make him run away really fast as well.
Yeah, and now the last man here, the last man being Puck here for Cignal Ultra Warriors. They don't want Nanjo to just be Nasjo. I mean, just be insane with it. Like, I'm gonna mix those names up now. Nasjo and Nando.
We
But
have seen his Puck, and we have seen what it can do, but
total pest, right? But Death Prophet.
that was really fast, actually.
Yeah.
They decided on that right away.
Yeah.
This is tower damage right here. As we can see right now, they're going to be using that Oracle to keep the Bear alive, to also keep the Death Prophet alive when she's deep in there with her Exorcism. Of course, they now have two forms of silences. So that Death Prophet silence, as well as the Earth Spirit silence, is going to be very useful. So they're all in all, they're very magic damage focused. But they do have the Lone Druid Bear for all that physical damage.
And of course, the Lone Druid Bear, the moment it gets levels, it just becomes ridiculous. Items,
The
levels.
tower damage on that as well.
Yeah, the Demolish passive it has.
Yes.
Like, it's just insane. And yeah, 5 seconds left here for Cignal Ultra Warriors. They're still really thinking about it. Look at the looks on their faces, really. They've decided to go for the
Oh.
classic Shadow Fiend.
Are we actually going to see some Magnus Lifestealer bombs with Requims to finish it off?
Requiems, yeah. And it's just going to be the Requiem of Souls along with the Lifestealer bombs. Yeah, this is two sources of Lifestealer bomb now and a lot of AoE damage, which is going to be great for them. But then, once again, PLDT Smart Omega has this Darkseer just going to facilitate possibly the Death Prophet every single time, right? You get this surged up Ghost Lady just coming in there, Exorcism. Oh, yo, my beauties. It just goes crazier and crazier and crazier. And I'd love to see like how they're going to deal with that, considering how squishy the Shadow Fiend is.
As for the draft, though, which do you think is better? Like, which do you think is actually going to win laning, mid, late, if it ever gets to that point?
I've actually shown my hand here, like the moment I already talked about, like
Of course.
surge into Exorcism.
Of
I
course.
really do love super annoying combos like those that scatter teams apart. And Cignal Ultra has been caught with their pants down before.
That is true. But I have a lot of hope with the level 6 Shaman wards. As soon as they get level 6 on that Shaman, it might be a power spike. They're going to jump into a lane right away with, of course, the Shadow Fiend pushing out the lane with the raises and stuff. It's going to be really good. I think it's a fair match. I'd like to say the late game belongs a bit more to Cignal Ultra, though.
Yeah, and hopefully we're going to see more of that as we get into the game. And once again, this is PLDT Smart Omega versus Cignal Ultra Warriors with F-King on the Earth Spirit. Is that Yaj on the Darkseer, Ron on the Oracle, Nasjo on the Death Prophet, and Palos on the Lone Druid.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the side of Cignal Ultra Warriors, we have Eris. He's going to be that Shadow Shaman. Nando, of course, on that position 1 life stealer. We got Kim Elizabeth on that Shadow Fiend. We got Grims on his Magnus, and of course Van on that offlane Doom.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see them like just try to track each other out, and look at this Nando breaking it down.
Taunting Nando.
Nan don't have respect. He's just going crazy. Look at that. He's breaking it down, showing them, bust them a move. And right now, Pldt Smart Omega just gonna try to go for the 3 bounty start here, but he might not have the best positions right now. As you can see in the minimap, that in the top lane, you could see that Cignal actually has a few people also at the side. Skewer is possibly the first thing being picked here by Grims, so he can get that ready. And Nando going against Yaj. Oh, what a push into the Skewer!
Nice
and
skewer.
that's definitely going to be the bounty. So that's a 2-for-2 bounty.
Yeah, but look at
it's
how
just
much
an
harass Nando is taking here.
Yeah, Nando can't escape so far. So he's just going to have to heal up a bit.
I
and
think
just take that up.
that will allow him to chew through a few tangos there, but now we do see how effective that Ion Shell is at the top lane.
Yeah, and I really did love that play. Like, okay, Earth Spirit tried to shove, so what? Immediately just time the Skewer immediately after, right? Just so he can get that out. And F King already tanking a lot of damage. They wanted
the
that
Skewer
down,
to the
but
tower.
it's gonna be the tower there, and it's gonna be the first blood. First blood? Does it actually register as first blood if it's a team kill?
I mean, like, it does technically. I mean, if we do see the first blood banner pop up, that we know that it's, well, still the first kill goes to the
first
side
kill
of
goes to
Cignal
them.
Ultra.
So like no first blood bonus there, surprisingly, as Palos with the bear, just showing them how strong his bare hands can get. And Yaj gonna go and try to interrupt the wave here with this with the Ion Shell on the Darkseer.
Yeah, he's cutting the creeps, but
Yeah.
it does seem as though he should be very wary about the skewer. He could get skewered back into the tower, and that's not something you want to
Yeah,
happen.
even on a 26-second.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're actually
Slow.
gonna go against Grims here, and Grims might have the skewer available. He's already level 2. He has a shockwave available, but then instead he levels up the empower, and they're gonna go for the fight here as Nando gets empowered up, and he's just gonna constantly whack on these two. Instead, he's just gonna try to go for the denies, and Yaj and F King successfully take the pressure out there and force Nando to not take some farm underneath the tower.
Yeah, Nando has to actually just stay in lane, make sure that he's not phased by both the Darkseer and the Earth Spirit cutting the waves.
Yeah.
He needs to farm this.
And really, he does, because Nando missed CS, just missed some CS, and he's just going to break it down there.
Yep. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we're seeing Nasjo versus, of course, Pio here, and it seems as though it was going very fair. But with denies actually on the side of that Death Prophet, so a much easier lane for her than it is for her counterpart, the Shadow Fiend.
Yes, Shadow Fiend having a hard time, and there's going to be the suck along with that is Pio. Going to have to escape.
Taunting
there's
away.
No taunt. Oh, he's taunting away. What massive cojones from Kim Elizabeth here.
Yeah, but he does eventually go down. So Pio not too happy about that. He will need to TP back into the lane as he responds. Meanwhile, Eris is just going to take the farm under the tower.
Yeah. And now Eris just gonna show some love to Pio, knowing that he needs a little bit of a backup there, as Grims trying to take the farm away from Yaj, as he's been constantly trying to cut the wave. Yaj has been such a pest every single time.
Oh no,
but
nice
there's gonna be
roll
the roll coming in, and now Grims has to escape. He does have skewer available, but then
Slow.
it gets slowed down. So the skewer is gonna be used, but it's not gonna be enough, as he's probably gonna die from here. The Ion Shell is still ticking away, but he's not in range. The wounds, the open wounds are there to slow him down, but then there's another Ion Shell just coming in, and now F King takes the kill against Grims, and now Nando has no backup. Now he has to back off. And once again, there's going to be another shackle here, and Nasjo gets taken out by Pio and Eris. Eris getting the kill there instead of Pio, which is fair, considering he got the last hit.
But it's still a pretty good revenge kill, though. A timely double damage rune on your Shadow Fiend to be able to secure that. Meanwhile, we see moving bottom. Eris has already, I think... Oh, yeah, he's making his way bot, trying to assist this bottom lane, assist his Doom how he can, because, again, that Oracle is super pesky to deal with in lane.
And now the Shadow duo there. It was pretty annoying, but then another solo kill here from Nasjo is just going crazy right now. And a party horn just to show a little bit of love there.
Yep, a little bit of celebration from, of course, the bear at the bottom lane. And now, as we can see, Oracle's still there. You know, it does actually seem like he plays a lot of Oracle. That is a silver tier Dota plus Oracle.
Oh my goodness, that's actually pretty good there. And of course, we're going to see Pio once again getting ganked up here. The stun is going to miss, but then he's still going to get sucked up.
The pushback.
Oh, what a pushback. What are they going to do after that? The shackles are going to be used, but it's not going to be enough.
Oracle's
but then
there.
another route. Oracle going to come in. There's the Purifying Flames, and there's the Carrion Swarm to finish it off.
And a tip from Ron onto Eris, and as Eris finishes up his Tranquil Boots, he's going to be wanting to run down another lane, finding a new opportunity. As this mid lane is, I think you have to kind of give that up. This Death Prophet is way too big for your Shadow Fiend to deal with alone.
Can they deal with Yaj here? Like, they do have the skewer. They just have to find him. A perfect find. That's all they have to do.
Oh,
all right,
the jukes.
Allen Iverson jukes. Oh, he's spotted. He's spotted. He has to surge away, but no, he's got to use the Ion Shell. He does
Is
have
Eris fast enough?
He does have enough mana. Eris is going to come in and now uses the shackles, but is
Will
he
he
going to
skewer
be
him
enough
back?
damage? Is he going to skewer him back? But no, there's the surge. There's the save.
they
but
wanna
no,
give the last hit.
Nando is going to try to take it, but instead the tower finishes him off and the gold gets shared and Nando gets none of it.
Another team kill.
And now a Hellfire Blade going to be used.
Oh,
and
the runes?
Ron just going to go and take this bounty. Cignal get their own bounty, and Palos takes his side of the bounty. And yes, once again, 2 for 2 in terms of bounty. So that's just going to be 200 gold all across the map. And the sub 1k gold lead isn't much of an issue at the start.
At the start, it's only 5 minutes in. Of course, we still have a lot of farming to do the next 5 minutes before that 10-minute mark reaches. But we already see Nasjo has already hit his level 6. He could choose to use Exorcism here in the middle lane, force out that Shadow Fiend, make sure he stays in the jungle. Or they could ask for another gank, make sure he stays dead and not in the jungle.
Yeah, either out of the jungle or never taken farm. So they have to push that tower. Look at that, the 2-level advantage that that Nasjo has produced for himself, but now Yaj is in trouble. The massive pest once again needs to be sprayed down, but there's the shackles coming in, and they're going to use the Bygone Katol. Along with that, it's going to be Yaj going to go and escape, but no, it's still not going to be enough, and Yaj is going to fall down from the skewer. He gets taken out by Eris with a 73 damage.
Yep.
That you're going to use.
This is actually very well timed from Nasjo as well, deciding to commit the Exorcism when the Catapult gets there, so that there's just a little bit more siege damage when he does decide to go for it.
And now Palos just power farming at his own, but he's not actually at the top of the net worth because once again, Nando.
Yep, don't miss CS. This is really effective in his lane, of course, with the Empower to help him out as well. He's just clearing through waves, and also, I think momentarily has been hitting at the hard camp.
Oh yeah, but they're going to continue the fight here. The roll is going to come in to finish the stun. The Carrion Swarm is just so much damage, but the Shackles going to try to stop that. But Nasjo, once again, on a killing spree.
It just steals so much damage with that Carrion Swarm, and with that Earth Spirit helping him out, landing the stuns and the slows. I think it's getting way too unbearable for them. And Lone Druid wasn't even there.
Yeah, I know, right? He didn't even produce his bare hand to be used there. But right now, it's already very bad for Cignal Ultra as the mid laner here. Nasjo is just going crazy on the Death Prophet.
I mean, the thing is, though, what Lone Druid does need in this bottom lane is just levels on the bear. Once that bear hits level 7 with the root and of course with the demolish, he just becomes an unstoppable force, basically wrecking at your towers. And they need some way to be able to control him without committing Nando there as well.
It's been 0 days since any bear attacks, really.
Oh no!
And then there it is as Van is just going to try to take some farm. He knows that the bear can't really deny that much, considering it's still too early on for him to have more damage than he should, because this is a synergistic relationship so far, a symbiotic relationship for the bear and the Lone Druid.
As we can see now, the Shadow Fiend is going for a tanky build. He's going for the bracers instead of the double Wraith Band. This is something that I'd like to point out. It frequently happens when you need that extra magic resistance.
Yeah, but then another roll going to come in, and the stun is just so strong. The shove back is going to have to take Pio down, and Pio getting sucked up, getting taken down, and his levels are still not enough, but there it is. It's going to come in, and the Doom is going to be used. Along with that is going to be the silence. Everyone gets silenced up. Can they actually finish him off? And right now, Nasjo might be saved. No, he cannot. There is no false promise.
The deny!
But what a deny! And that is big right now, as they can't take any gold from that. And now, Ron, can he pay for that kind of defiance that he's going to use? No, he's still not going to pay, as Eris has no shackles. He's just going to walk away. What a Chad.
That deny, though. He just, like, casually waits for it to be over. Nobody's bothering to disable him. Of course, the skewer also missed as the Magnus was moving forward and, you know, casual dodge, casual. Oh, I see a teammate. He's low. He's getting doomed. Let me just auto attack.
Just hit him with the clap, you know. That's pretty much it. And for the viewers of home, if you could hear that clap, then congratulations, guys. And Yaj, he's probably going to take that courier down if he can. But instead, he could not successfully hunt it down. But they're going to root down Eris here.
Oh, no.
And then once again, there's going to be the suck. And Nasjo at the side. Can there be another root?
Oh.
The fear used to finish him off. And Eris cannot escape from that.
Yeah, that Savage Roar was actually hit on pretty timely.
Beautiful, beautiful Savage Roar there. Beautiful fear. And now they're going to try to take down this tower. This tower, it's like tiddlywinks of damage for Palos, as the bear doesn't really care.
They're committing the Exorcism here, too. So
they might what?
they might actually take the tier 2. They realize that the bear is at full strength. Basically, they can commit to another tower. They're also going to be forcing the second glyph here, because what happens is after a tier 1 tower goes down, glyph gets refreshed.
Yes, glyph definitely gets refreshed after the tier 1 tower, and then the blink back for Palos's bear.
F-King is right there.
Yeah, F-King is right there for the bear. And is it too much wear and tear? But we can't see anything else as right now. They're not going to go for a play.
Those are some horrible bars, Ernest, I have to say. Young Rafiki. I'm disappointed. Oh, Infest? Oh, just in a creep.
Yeah.
I guess he was low.
Yeah, he was definitely going to be low, as Yaj is just so annoying right now in this lane.
Casually minding his own business, realizing that the fatter lifestealer is, the more he gets out of his illusions later
Yeah, so
on.
there's going to be a roll in and the stun, and Eris might not get the bounty, but instead they're going to go for the
running away.
kill. But there's the runaway from the. Oh my goodness, Surge just stops the open wounds. It's just too crazy. And now Eris might get taken down here, but the silence is going to be used to save him. And yeah, bounties do belong in the favor of Pldt Smart Omega. Another roll in. They're not gonna. It's not gonna reach. It's not gonna stun. But then once again, F-King is gonna be there. The suck is gonna be used.
Nasjo is there. He's so fast.
Is gonna be so strong. There's gonna be so fast. And it's just gonna.
Doom is up again.
Doom is up again. There's gonna be the open wounds just to slow him down. And now they're just gonna take out this one guy. And Nando might take this kill at the end. And now Nasjo gets taken out by Pio.
Yep, and I think that was a really well-needed kill. He needed the money from that. He needed the experience, and now he's just going to go back to farming because he's so far down. He's almost 1K, I think. No, that's more than 1K away in terms of net worth. And we are 10 minutes in. This is starting to matter. What core items you have, what you're going to be going for in the next 5 minutes. Yeah. In fact, in the next 5 minutes, it might be a very, very dangerous path to take in your own jungle when you're going to have that. When you're going to have the bear in the jungle as well.
Yeah, like once you're in the jungle, right, you're thinking, I can farm safely, then out comes a bear, out comes a conehead, and out comes a ghost lady, just going crazy, like,
the most haunted forest you've ever been to. No wonder they call it the dire side of the map.
Yeah. And they're just going to try to just push on their advantages. They have no tier 1s at any other side except the top side
except
here.
the top lane. And this is what I was talking about. In the next 5 minutes, with, of course, all your tier 1 towers down, this ensures that they can freely enter your jungle, do whatever they want, steal your farm, plant some wards, or they could even pressure a few more objectives. Yeah. Let's just say maybe take a tier 2 tower in another lane, or possibly even take Roshan after a fight.
And here's the best part: you just definitely have like all the control now, since considering there are no tier 1s, so they're part of the map. They're part of where they can TP. Just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's what Pldt Smart Omega want to achieve here. And definitely, they're just gonna continue to take that tier 2, as you say.
Yep, just at the super short end of the stick as another exorcism comes out. They do trade it off for a tier 1, but this is a tier 2, and they have a dominated siege creep as well.
Oh my goodness, that's just gonna go crazier and crazier right now. And poor Shadow Fiend has nothing. Right? He's supposed to be a farming machine, but he's not having any of that fun. Look, that's just 4 ghosts still.
Oh,
and no deny.
Trying to go for the deny, Nando just walks away in disappointment there. As a new rotation might actually come from Pldt Smart Omega, the bear is already here dealing massive amounts of damage to this tower.
Oh my goodness, look at that demolish. Plus 150%? Is it? Or the numbers are off on me, but once again, this is extra damage against towers, right? And then you also get the synergy. You get the Aurora when you're in bear form. Gives extra attack speed when you go rabid. It's just gonna go crazy. And Nando takes a 200 gold from that.
Yep, that is of course a dominated creep from Yaj. And if once he infests it and comes out, then of course that's an extra 200 gold from him. He's getting much and much closer to his sacred relic. But on the other hand, so is Palos.
Yeah, and Palos isn't far off. It's just 1K, it's less than a K difference here for him. And of course, like, you can see why Nando is farming like a madman, right? Because you have Infest, which gives 200 gold, and you also have the hand.
I mean, like, it's only 200 gold if he infests the dominated creep. The dominated creep is worth a lot.
Yeah.
But meanwhile,
and
bottom
now
lane.
They're just going to go and continue this as a Cignal Ultra Warriors are going to come in, but the RP is going to be used. But the fear, just to stop them from doing anything more. He might be pulled back by the shockwave, but it's not going to be enough. But then, Lone Druid, still doomed. That's not really the target that you want as their fan. The cavalry is here, and there. Fan get taken out, and they're just going to continue as Grims is going to have to back off. Does he have Skewer available? 7 seconds. It's not going to be enough for him as they're going to go and try to stun him up. The roll is available here for F-King.
Does he actually go for it?
Misses, but no, he's going to go and use the haste. perfect timing
Oh,
for him.
it's gonna get purged off.
Yeah, but it gets purged off, but they don't have enough movement speed to catch up with him. So 1-4-0 in favor of PLDT Smart Omega.
That was very timely, and the reactions coming from the side of Smart Omega there, they decide that, oh, hey, there's a Doom here. He's going to want to use the Doom on this free roaming bear. We should actually just TP in and try to kill off both of the people that try to kill our bear.
Yeah, and of course, bears are definitely, they have the park rangers trying to stop them from taking down the bears, right?
Of course, most of these guys are actually a bit endangered.
Yeah, and of course save the bears, guys. And let's just go and check out the difference in net worth here. It hasn't been that much. It's actually been constantly shifting.
Yeah, it's since they're actually super able to keep up in terms of farm Cignal Ultra.
Oh, they got the bear, but it's just 150 gold if I remember correctly. 300 gold.
It's 300 gold.
Wow.
So that's 300 extra gold for them. It does swing the net worth charts by a bit, as of course the entire team was there. But look at the stack and how it's about to get stolen.
Oh my goodness! Now this is one of the saddest things I could ever think of. Like if you're a support who's been working so hard to give stacks for your carries, right? And someone like Nando who really needs it, right? And then they just walk in and take your stuff.
This is exactly what they're planning to do. There's no tier 1s anymore. There's actually no tier 2s. The jungle is completely free. They can take it, and they can even try to pressure for high ground right now. As of course, they already have most of their core items up. They have Exorcism up, and their vision is super optimal for how they try to want to go for high ground.
Yeah, and now Lone Druid with just boots is already so annoying. They actually focused the last Doom on him, which didn't make any honest sense for me, considering that, you know, the bear was still the bigger priority there.
Yeah, the thing is, it's still pretty bad to doom the bear.
Oh, true.
Like, essentially, it's not going to do anything to him. He's just going to keep hitting you.
And he's just going to come back anyways.
Yeah, but if you doom the Lone Druid, it's more damage onto him. The thing is that the bear's still going to keep hitting. And with that second ability turned on,
oh, what a roar.
Whatever damage you do as the bear actually heals the Druid himself.
Yeah, and that's just going to be beneficial for them. The disarm going to be used here for the bear.
I think this is going to be a Roshan stare down. What's going to happen is they're just going to stick around the middle lane, probably farming the creeps. Nando already has his Radiance up. There's a mechanism already on PO, and I think they might want to try to pressure this mid-tier 1 with, of course, Serpent Wards are up. Doom is already up again.
Yeah.
And we can probably see the first week of the game.
Every ults are up here, and it's just going to be big as the stun's going to come in. Rage is not available as he gets silenced, and there the Magnetizer is going to be used, and the Rage is finally going to be out there, and Nando just healing up from everything. The magic immunity is so massive for him, but there it is. The Requiem of Souls to slow everyone down, and that's just going to be a disengage used.
Yep, so 2 ults were used there. Actually, 3.
Yeah.
Because we did see the wall come out, we saw the Magnetize come out, the Exorcism. What I think SGD Omega wanted to do was scare him off, try to make him blow off a bit of their cooldowns.
Actually, PLDT's in trouble as the bear is going to be taken out of that, but then that's just going to be a resummoned bear after.
Yep, so that was actually the second bear death of the game, so nothing much lost on the side of Palos, but now he can actually carefully gauge the strength and the you know, like how strong his bear is.
Yeah, the limits of his bear, and that's what they want to see, as they're finally going to push this tier 1 mid, but it gets fortified, considering you can waste a fortify if it's tier 1, because you can just retake it. You know, it just refreshes.
Once that tier 1 goes down.
Yeah.
But really, this is another confident play coming from Cignal Ultra, and this is what they should be doing. Since they know that 3 ults are not up, they can take this fight. They have more ults, they have more manpower.
And now they're going to use that as the silence is going to come in, and 2 people get vacuumed up, but then a perfect hex against the bear, and he just gets open wounds
this bear
and
dies,
gets caught. That's another 300 gold. They might catch it.
There's
and
no
now
bear
there's going to be continuation as the false promise is going to be used, and there's a doomed one, and now Van is going to be stunned up. A lot of damage here from the RP, just hitting 2, and Ron gets taken out along with Yaj, and they're just going to take down this tier 1 mid.
Yep, and see, like, it was a very good call from Cignal Ultra Warriors to be able to just wait out, make sure that they blow their cooldowns, their ultimates, because what that means is that they won't be able to defend, because we'll still have our ultimates up. Let's not commit Serpent Wards yet, let's not commit RP yet, let's not commit Doom yet.
Yeah.
Let's wait until we're in a good position, until we can dive in, until we can make sure that we can find an objective after this one that we're about to take.
Yeah, and definitely they just took advantage of the fact that they had all the ults in the world for that to just be possible, and PLDT Smart Omega have to pay the price for actually trying to fight back and not just, you know, cut their losses.
Yep, and now Aegis is going to be going to Nando as they take the first Roche of the game at 19 minutes in.
Yeah, and now this is a ray of light here for Cignal Ultra, who are trying to you know, look for their rhythm here, and they're playing a bit more confidently than the previous match that they had.
Yeah, right now actually we can see that they're in a pretty comfortable spot. Before, when the net worth was dwindling around a 1K difference, now it's sitting at a comfortable 2K.
Yeah, super duper comfortable. And now the Nikes is just way too
that
strong, and
bear.
they're just gonna take another bear. It's too much. It's unbearable as the fear is gonna be used. And once again, 300 gold, dude. 300 gold. You just can't waste that.
Yep, and now with the Sanjiash actually getting built up on Nando, it might seem a bit more difficult for them to try to control him in the fight.
And now it's an empowered zombie just crawling up, and he's probably gonna break dance right in front of you.
Yeah, he's gonna taunt after this wave. Wait. Nah, he's not gonna do it.
Nah, you haven't read his mind, dude.
It's not proud enough yet. But the Empower, you can see how much it does and how fast he can clear waves and camps with that.
Yeah,
and so that explains why he's just on top of the net worth. That Magnus is basically just a glorified 7th item slot, you know?
Yeah, because it is a Magnus 4, as we can see.
Yeah, it's a free Battle Fury.
And they're just going to use that as they're going to push down this tower here, tier 2. And Nando is just going to go and while his teammates go around the map and look for possible picks and ways to stop them from trying to help destroy Nando here.
The thing that's weird about this is that while Cignal Ultra Warriors is trying to pressure this tier 2 bottom, we don't see that much vision dedicating them to that area. So you know for a fact that the game plan might be, you know, let's try to establish vision first, but this might be the wrong call if they decide to stick around here.
From what I'm seeing, it's all defensive wards here from Cignal Ultra, actually.
Yep.
And now they're actually going to push for this tier 3. Probably going to overcommit here if they're just going to go too much.
The
and
bear?
Nando, he's a bit overzealous, but it's actually discouraging them from going to continue. But once again, the Carrion Swarm's not enough. There's going to be the root, but it's not going to be enough for them to go. And once again, the Guardian Greaves is also being used. The stun is going to come in, and there is no rage available, and that might be
That's
the Aegis being popped. And they might try to continue the deny
no
here
tier
for
3.
the tower. So tier 3 is gone. So that's what they wanted anyways. And
They can cancel this.
Nando.
There's no root.
There is no root available for him. But then they take 2 as the vacuum is going to come in. The re-engage is going to go out. And Eris will pay for that as the sacrifice. But then there's going to be another one here for the Doom. And he gets taken out of that too. And Van has to take a Van home in 40 seconds.
I think, you know, the call there was like, let's actually establish vision. Let's try to make sure that we can take high ground. Because if they didn't go for that, they could have had Aegis for at least another minute.
Yeah.
Before they took another fight. They could have saved wards for until it was a better time, you know, that they could get both racks.
Yeah, I think they thought they were just completely ahead. Remember, we can't really, as players, we can't really see our own stats aside from kills and deaths.
That is true, but now I think this is going to be a revenge fight on the side of Omega. They want to blow their cooldowns off as well. They want to try to bait Cignal Ultra into a fight. They do scan, but they don't find anyone there. They see Nando on the map, but he's slowly backing.
Yeah, and now Nando, knowing that he's already pushed his limit, he doesn't want to go even further here with Yaj. He just smoked up.
Oh.
And they might actually get this catch. They know he's there. So there's going to be the
roll.
roll, there's going to be the silence, and there's going to be the stun. And that might be the magnetizer. They're going to continue that. But he's way too fast. The rage is going to be used, but is it going to be enough? As the exorcism is also going to be used.
Rolls
Along
away.
with that is going to be Van at the side. He gets Yulesed up. Are they going to continue this fight? The stun is going to come out, and now F-King is going to get doomed. He's going to get hexed, and the doom is actually going to come onto the lone druid. And the bear is still not enough as Palos gets bared up, and the shackles is going to be used. And false promise just try to save Nasjo, and Nasjo successfully heals 3 people, get rooted, and the fight is still going to continue. The exorcism is still dealing a lot. Nando's way too low. He might get shot, but the rage is going to be there. The bear's going to be there. There's going to be the vacuum. It might be too close, but there it is. The Cignal Ultra Warriors are going to finish him off, and that's going to be 5 people, 4-0 in favor of Cignal Ultra Warriors.
Wow, they bounced back super hard from a 2K lead. It is now a 6K lead, and it might actually also be a tier 2 and tier 3 mid. I'm actually quite excited to see how they want to play this.
Yeah, and we're going to see the replay of everything that went down. Look at this fight, right? You see the RP at the site successfully being used, and also the vacuum. So no one really knew what was going to be next. But once again, the rage just saving Nando once again.
He was so close to that. He got super duper low, but then the empower's still on him, right? The rage is turned on. Open wounds on the bear. Boom! RP out of nowhere.
Right? And 4 people get RP'd. So they got more priority targets there, which meant Nando would just do anything. He would just he's just able to do anything he wants, right?
Yeah, and now this was actually the right play to make. Instead of trying to go for that tier 3 tower at the middle lane after taking that tier 2, instead you go to a lane that's already exposed. There's no backdoor protection because your creeps are moving in, so you take the racks that is openly accessible.
Yeah, and that's just pretty good right now for them. It's more methodical right now for Cignal Ultra. I think that they really checked the tapes of like what they did the previous matchup they had, and they really had the discussions, like the coaching staff and whoever else they had.
It's a lot of improvement from the
Yeah,
players
it's
themselves
a lot
as
of
well.
improvement, yeah.
I think they're playing a lot more calmly and they're making a lot more rational decisions throughout the game. Because I don't think we've ever seen a team here at the Nationals that have been able to put PLDT Smart Omega in this kind of situation where they're playing from behind.
Yeah, PLDT Smart Omega. Let's see how they play from behind, because we've only seen them win in dominant fashion. So hopefully we get to see even more here, as we could see that Cignal Ultra, they're deciding that they want to end this. If they not want to end this, they want to like slowly but surely just take every objective that they have. And of course, if you want to end it too quickly, it's overzealous. Yeah, overzealousness is definitely like something that they paid with the last time they tried to go down against that tier 3.
Yep, that is correct. But now, you know, what I said, the only shining light that PLD Smart Omega has in these team fights is that if you can get both silences off in quick, or if you could like avoid chaining the silences from both the Death Prophet and the Earth Spirit on that Nyx, make sure that he can't pop that
my
rage.
God,
He
look
does
at
so
that.
much damage. The power of that Desolator.
Yeah, Deso plus Empower. Like, it just makes him insane. Of course, Radiance also gives like 60 damage.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Exactly, but back to what I was talking about, being like in these fights where the Darkseer's concern is to make sure that you can get a copy of that Lifestealer, make sure it runs down onto, or an illusion of this Lifestealer, make sure that it runs down his supports.
It goes to the back line immediately, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. But right now, we're gonna see Cignal Ultra Warriors like once again going for the methodical play here. They're probably looking for possibly vision.
They do already have vision where they want to go. So they have vision in the Radiant jungle. They have vision near the Radiant base. Now they're trying to take. They're actually trying to take the top lane, trying to get rid of that tier 2 tower there, or maybe just try to get rid of the shrine. What this actually does is to make sure that for Cignal Ultra, if they own this part, that means that PLDT Smart Omega cannot fight here. They have no access to Roche as quick, and they also probably will not have access to the secret shop. They can't safely send their courier there if ever they need that big item to boost them forward.
And I really do love Nando's net worth right now. He's just on top of the list. He's probably like, this Nyx probably owns a condo unit somewhere out there, like internationally.
This is double the net worth of the Death Prophet, who was on top of that not too long ago, about 20 minutes ago. So now I think the next big call for these guys is waiting for the Roche. Make sure you have that extra life before you fully commit onto destroying tier 3s and racks and forcing the enemy to GG out.
Yeah, and now look at this. Palos is like the second stringer here for like in terms of net worth.
But there's a near 10k difference.
Yeah,
in
it's
that.
a near 10k difference. It's just insane. There's 8k difference from what I see, and I don't think that he could even get that even further, considering how ahead Nando is right now, unless they get like a perfect pickoff. Right now, what are their catch options right now, Seth?
Catch options for them would be maybe if they can pick off Nando once without his team interfering, which is highly improbable. They could try to go and get some support pickoffs. They might be able to get that, but I don't want to see a trade-off for a core. That's one thing that's absolutely wrong.
You want the run and gun, basically.
Yeah, they need to find one, dispatch of him, and then just move back, try to take their own objectives, and try to take their own farm. And as I say that, of course, the second Roche of the game is now up.
And of course, instead of like 2 dance partners, the Roche has already chosen his prom date, and it's gonna be Cignal Ultra.
That is correct. And now slowly making their way there is PLDT Smart Omega. They're not even smoked up for this. But of course, the side of Cignal Ultra, I think, are ready to take the fight. They want to go for this. And slowly backing off the side of PLDT Smart Omega.
And now they're cheesed up. They're ready to fight. They know that they can just waltz in right there. Right?
So much armor reduction from Nando.
Oh my god.
There's so much armor reduction, actually. We got Presence of the Dark Lord from Shadow Fiend. We got a Desolator on Nando. We got an AC on him. As he hits these towers, it's like they're paper. Look at that. It's like almost raw damage. Nearly all of that tower's armor is just basically gone to waste.
Look
the
at that, and
Serpent
of course the
Wards.
Serpent Wards just to drive the point home. And now Nando gonna use the open wounds against this bear,
Palos.
and now Palos's bear is gonna have to back off. And yeah, definitely, like, they have all kinds of.
Oh!
Look at that 3-man vacuum, but is it gonna be enough? As the Aether Shock gonna be used along with that is gonna be the Exorcism. Wall of Replica might be whacking away, but it's not gonna be enough for them, as the Doom is gonna go forward along with the Shadow Fiend clone. But it's just easily for them. They just waltz away and walk away for absolutely free.
I like how like Pio is slowly taunting away as he walks from that vacuum. He's like, "Yep, I'm just gonna do this shimmy, maybe walk a few blocks back,
You think Nikes is the only guy who can, like, you know, like
break it down."
yeah, break it down, like show some moves, bust a move.
Now it's fairly plain and simple what they did there. You know, they only commit Serpent Wards, nothing else, and they forced the side of PLDT Smart Omega to commit the Exorcism,
This is
commit the
textbook-
vacuum.
This is textbook Dota, basically.
They're just baiting them in. I don't think I've ever seen PLDT Smart Omega play so uncomfortably against a team of this caliber before.
good scouting. Like, I honestly do think that it's all about like preparation
Yeah,
for them.
I think they came here today fully prepared about what Omega had in store for them.
PLDT Smart, they've already shown a few of their hands. So definitely, like,
Wow,
you
this
have
is a
all
really
the tapes
smart
in the
player.
world. Yeah. You have all the tapes in the
They
world to
couldn't
use.
cancel.
Oh no!
They couldn't cancel the
Pio doesn't
ritual.
have an ult, but it's not going to matter right now. As right now they're going to use the Rage. The Suck is not going to be available, and
Nobody
they're just
saw
going to
that.
continue fighting. And now the Hex is going to be used.
Oh,
for this
look at
first
that
burst,
damage!
And he gets taken out. Look at that damage just being melted right now. And Nando, right now, he owns this base. He wants to take the racks. No fear is going to be available. The bear is just going to take it, and it's too unbearable for him. And Nando going to take these racks along with Cignal Ultra Warriors.
they GG
and they're
out?
just going to GG out. And right now, Nando and the rest of Cignal Ultra Warriors take game 1.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that, right? It's a big GG. GG's